6 p.m. Assalamu alaikum. This is Radio Pakistan. The news read by Kanus Ashraf. First, the headlines. Prime Minister says improved law and order situation has restored confidence of investors. Indonesian President is arriving in Islamabad tomorrow on a 2-day visit to Pakistan. Senate was informed today that federal government has released 10 billion rupees for rehabilitation of internally displaced persons of FATA. Foreign Office says Pakistan will take every step for its defense and security in face of India's massive arms buildup. Kashmiris will observe Indian Republic Day as Black Day tomorrow in protest against India's continued denial of their right to self-determination. Fresh round of Syria peace talks begins in Austrian city of Vienna today. Pakistan beat New Zealand by 48 runs in the second T20 International at Auckland today. And now the news in detail. Prime Minister Shahid Khaqan Abbasi has said Pakistan has achieved high economic growth with low inflation that is a positive scenario, augmenting greater investor confidence. He was speaking at a breakfast meeting arranged by the Pathfinder Group in Davos today. The Prime Minister stated that Pakistan is privileged to be part of the visionary Chinese leadership Belt and Road Initiative. He said that CPEC will provide dividends for centuries to come in the shape of employment generation, industrial growth, and connectivity. He said that consolidation of democracy in Pakistan is a positive indicator, and all institutions should work hand in hand for development and stability of Pakistan. Shahid Khaqan Abbasi said due to the hard work and commitment of our government, law and order situation has improved considerably and has restored investors' confidence. Talking to founder and chairman of the World Economic Forum, Professor Klaus Schwab in Davos, Prime Minister has said the country's economic growth will reach 6% this year. Professor Schwab appreciated the efforts and measures taken by the present government for registering a significant growth in the economy. He also noted the size of young population of Pakistan and appreciated the Prime Minister's focus on creating jobs for the youth. Indonesian President Joko Widodo is arriving in Islamabad tomorrow on a 2-day visit to Pakistan. He will be received by President Mamnoon Hussain at Noor Khan Air Base. The visiting dignitary will address the joint session of Parliament tomorrow. Joko Widodo will be the second president of Indonesia who will address the joint sitting of the Parliament. Earlier President of Indonesia, Dr. Ahmed Sukarno, had addressed the National Assembly of Pakistan on 26 June 1963. The National Assembly was informed today that 9 special economic zones to be established under China-Pakistan Economic Corridor are open for all investors, including foreigners and local investors. Responding to the queries of members during question hour today, Parliamentary Secretary for Planning and Development, Dr. Ibadullah, said Pakistani investors will especially be encouraged to invest in the economic zones through joint ventures. He said one zone will be established in each province, including FATA, AJK, and Gilgit-Baltistan. He said work on FATA Special Economic Zone, which envisages development of Marble City in Momand, has been started. The House has now been prorogued. The Senate was informed today that 10 billion rupees have been released by the federal government for rehabilitation of the internally displaced persons of FATA during the last fiscal year. Answering a question during the question hour, Minister for State and Frontier Region Abdul Qadir Baloch informed the House that the amount has been transferred to Temporarily Displaced Persons Secretariat for execution of prominent reconstruction projects. German Senate Mia Raza Rabbani has strongly condemned the recent U.S. drone attack in Pakistan and described it as an attack on the territorial sovereignty of the country. He said that Pakistan will not tolerate any violation of its territorial sovereignty. Director General ISPR has said that yesterday's drone strike was on individual target morphed into Afghan refugees and not any organized terrorist sanctuary which have been eliminated. In a tweet, he said the incident validates Pakistan's stance that early and dignified return of Afghan refugees to Afghanistan is essential. This is Radio Pakistan. Pakistan says India's arms buildup exceeds its defense needs and Pakistan will not remain oblivious to such a development. In his weekly news briefing in Islamabad today, Foreign Office spokesperson Dr. Mohammad Faisal said Pakistan will take every step commensurate with the imperatives of its defense and security needs. He said cooperation and not confrontation is the only way forward to peace and stability in the region and beyond. Interior Minister Ehsan Iqbal has lauded Radio Pakistan's Sawt al-Quran channel for spreading Islam's message of peace. He was addressing a seminar in connection with 20th anniversary of Sawt al-Quran channel of Radio Pakistan at National Broadcasting House, Islamabad today. Ehsan Iqbal said that Sawt al-Quran is providing splendid services to the layman of Pakistan by keeping him abreast of the teachings of the Holy Quran and the Holy Prophet, peace be upon him. He said that the government has expanded this channel's transmission from 5 to 19 centers across the country. Director General Radio Pakistan, Shafqat Jalil, said that efforts are being made to improve Sawt al-Quran channel to promote Islamic teachings. A large number of Radio Pakistan employees, including Director General, Director News, Director Programs, and Station Director of the channel, were present on the occasion. Kashmiris on both sides of the line of control and across the world will observe Indian Republic Day tomorrow as Black Day in protest against India's continued denial for their right to self-determination. The day will be marked with a complete strike in occupied Kashmir and anti-India demonstrations and rallies in world capitals. The Joint Resistance Leadership, in a statement issued in Srinagar today, urged people to hold peaceful demonstrations and rallies across the length and breadth of the territory after Friday prayers tomorrow. On the other hand, the puppet authorities have put the entire occupied Kashmir under siege to ensure smooth conduct of Republic Day. China says it is willing to show the greatest amount of goodwill to seek peaceful reunification of Taiwan. Defense Ministry spokesman Liao Qian, at a regular news briefing in Beijing today, said that we will not allow Taiwan to separate from the motherland. A two-day fresh round of Syria peace talks pushed by the United Nations begin in Austrian city of Vienna today. The main opposition group, the Syrian Negotiations Commission, said the talks would be a real test for all the sides. Meanwhile, French Foreign Minister Jean-Yves Le Drian said in Paris that the talks are the last hope for reaching a political solution. Cricket. Pakistan beat New Zealand by 48 runs in the second T20 International in Auckland today. Batting first, Pakistan scored 201 for the loss of 4 wickets in allotted 20 overs. Chasing the target of 202 runs, New Zealand were all out for 153 in 18.3 overs. Fakhr Zaman, who scored 50 runs, was declared man of the match. The 3-match series is levelled 1-1. In the ICC Under-19 World Cup, Sri Lanka beat Zimbabwe by 5 wickets at Lincoln in New Zealand today. Sri Lanka achieved the victory target of 260 runs for the loss of 5 wickets in 46th over. Earlier, Afghanistan qualified for the semi-final at Christchurch today, beating New Zealand by 202 runs. And finally, the weather report. Mainly cold and dry weather is expected in most parts of the country during the next 24 hours. However, very cold weather conditions are likely to prevail in northern areas, Malakand and Quetta divisions. Dense fog is also likely to prevail over plain areas of Punjab and Upper Sindh during night and morning hours. To end the news, headlines once again. Prime Minister says improved law and order situation has restored confidence of investors. Indonesian president is arriving in Islamabad tomorrow on a 2-day visit to Pakistan. Senate was informed today that federal government has released 10 billion rupees for rehabilitation of internally displaced persons of FATA. Foreign Office says Pakistan will take every step for its defense and security in face of India's massive arms buildup. Kashmiris will observe Indian Republic Day as Black Day tomorrow in protest against India's continued denial of their right to self-determination. Fresh round of Syria peace talks begins in Australian city of Vienna today. Pakistan beat New Zealand by 48 runs in the second T20 International at Auckland today. And that is the end of this news bulletin. For more news and analyses, log on to our website radio.gov.bk and also watch live video streaming of our bulletins on the link facebook.com Radio Pakistan News Official.